I'm getting the rocks. I have to get the rocks. I wanted shrimp today for lunch and they didn't have it.
It's on the For the Kids menu too.
And this rock shrimp is called locally, Laura.
Oh yeah. I wonder what their vegetables are. I could just get cheese grits and vegetables. Sounds amazing. Are you gonna get cheese curds too?
I'm gonna cheese curd for the table. You see anything else you want for starters that you would eat, Laura? If I get the cheese curds, is there anything else that you would? Most of it's get some gator bites.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tastes like chicken nuggets.
Seriously?
Really good.
I'm not doing that.
Would you eat some if I got?
Yeah.
I
love
will-
gator bites.
Would you
I
eat
will-
some? Yeah.
Chad introduced me to them.
I'll watch you guys eat them.
So, where we're from in Jacksonville is where Leonard Skinner's from. And there's a restaurant called Whitey's where Johnny and Ronnie Van Zant used to go all the time. And they have gator bites there, and they have gator tail and everything.
Yeah.
We used to, now when I worked and at Bunky's, they used to serve gator tail, but and it's fried, so it kind of does look like chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't tell the difference, but
Yeah, different ketchup, it's like eating chicken nuggets.
I'm just not doing it.
It's funny because I'll run into Johnny Van Zant at the hardware store all the time.
Yeah,
I was sitting in the parking lot one time
it's
and
amazing.
I was listening to their new song that they put out. Him and Donnie. And I was like, oh, it just came out today, I'm going to listen to it. I had the windows rolled down and somebody walks up to the side of my car on the passenger side and he goes, that's a great song, huh? I was like, I know that voice. I look over, Johnny Van Zant's looking in my window and saying, talking to me about his song that he just put out.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
A couple years ago.
Oh, a couple years ago. Okay.
So like the song Sweet Florida, yeah, it was that song that they put out for Ron DeSantis. I was like, oh, let's check it out. And he comes walking up, put his head in the window and said, that's a great song, huh? I said, oh, yes, sir, it is, Mr. Van Zandt.
That's so wild.
You guys know what you want?
I do. Do you, Chad?
You want to start?
Sure, I'm gonna probably be the weird one of the group, but I would just like a side of the cheese grits. And what are the vegetables? Ooh, yes, and an order of that, please. Thank you.
I'm going to do the 1.5
ask
dozen
for
of
what?
the rock shrimp.
Are we bad?
I'm going to baked potato. And we're going to do
Put this up there, and we'll see how that works.
And then this rock shrimp, do it broiled, steamed, or fried? I recommend broiled.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Hi, Stormy.
Your recommendation.
All right, you'll love it.
I spent 27 years at Pet Care. It's been a while.
Glad you guys came back.
So it took us a while.
Can I do a dozen of the medium shrimp?
Medium?
Sorry, Shane, I listen to you
Do you
too
want
well.
those guys broiled, steamed, or fried?
And then what's the dynamite shrimp called?
We're looking at chat now.
They're fried rock shrimp on like a half hoagie roll with lettuce, tomato, and then they're tossed in like a dynamite sauce, which is kind of like your like bang bang shrimp or like a slightly spicy.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do cheese grits and
She's actually sharp. It doesn't only come with one side.
okay, cheese grits is fine. Yeah.
I can't pull it up. Alrighty. Rock shrimp.
And what are these?
What are these?
We call them corn fritters. It's a white flour batter, little bits of corn, and some sugar on top.
Wow.
It's like dessert.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it does look like dessert. You see that, guys?
Hush puppies? Yeah. Hush puppies, they use cornmeal batter. This is a white flour batter with corn in it.
Sweet. All right, there you go. Looks like a signature thing.
Also, they brought it out here. Right as we sat down, it was already here.
Right.
We'll just go through a lot of them.
Okay, let's see. What did I miss? Chat. What did I miss? So much. I'm just gonna say hi to all the people who have come in that I haven't said hi to.
What do you want? A Coke?
Hi, Alice.
I want water with lemon.
I'll take an extra big Bloody Mary, Buster. Oh, the speaker. Yeah, I didn't, but here. Let me turn this down to nothing. There we go. Sounds are basically off. Just for dinner. We don't want to out ourselves as being rude. World famous Dixie Crossroad, yes.
It is world famous, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It has been. I used to know the history.
Give her a
It's
jug.
like some of the places in
Growler.
Nashville. Some of the, I mean, there's some, there's like this, you know, the southern foodie things, you know. Dixie Crossroads here was famous because probably of the Astros. You know, a lot of those hotels and stuff that they used to hang out at for families are gone now.
Oh yeah.
You know.
It's like we're staying tonight at the Apollo Inn.
Like a
Yeah.
little.
Hotel.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And
What do they charge a night?
like 120 something.
Really?
And then
guess that makes
the
sense.
first Hispanic commander actually stays there all the time. I think it's the one that did the Amazon movie on
Okay.
just recently. I think it's him. Gutierrez or
Yeah, I don't know.
I think something.
Oh, yeah. He gave the owner of the hotel one of his patches, and she was showing it to us and everything. It was
Oh,
So
really?
it's like it's like one of the actual like heavy duty astronauts.
And that's
Oh,
just
wow.
a little bit south, right? That's the one on the right-hand side as you're going south. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I wondered, I thought, the Apollo Inn. It's
Oh, yeah.
the old motel.
It
Yeah,
actually got really good reviews online.
Good.
that would be
So
fun.
we need to remember that.
That
I've never
would-
stayed in like an old school motel like that, so I'm really
Yeah.
interested to see
Yeah.
what that's.
we have actually.
We could potentially look and see if they have something on Monday night after the launch.
And the lady who runs it's really sweet. She's super.
That could be an experience for sure.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
We don't even know what time the launch is scheduled for. Did they even release it?
Yeah.
Launch time?
It's at night. 10.
Oh, of course it is. So we have to get up early the next
No,
morning
I
and
remember,
drive.
I remember thinking maybe after lunch we'll just drive.
Huh? After the launch, we'll just
Just
drive.
drive.
10:34.
Wow.
And it's an instantaneous launch. It looks like so. It's a one-shot time. Tonight's it's an instantaneous launch too.
Tonight's a one shot?
Yep. No.
And what does that mean?
No window.
Oh,
So if it's pushed
Go or
back,
no
it's
go?
pushed back tomorrow.
Is there a backup? I don't even know if on the Starliner if there's even a backup.
Depends. It might switch it to 24. Depends on if it's a mechanical issue, you might put it longer. But if it's just like the weather delay,
It's a Falcon. I mean, how often do those have mechanical issues?
there were some nights that I've been here like, oh, we're good to go. Nope. Something silly.
Cable. It used to be cable connectors.
Yeah, something like really minute. Like
that,
it was a
that would suck to come all the way back next week and then have it not go off. That would. I mean, I know we're taking a chance doing it anyway.
I'm gonna try to get our contact to give me a reasonable expectation.
But, yeah.
Just
That's what time I'm on the network all day, every day. So if
Yeah.
I hear something,
Yeah.
you'll be the first to know.
All right. Thank you. Because what would be the chance? You know what I mean? Like we would come if it was still a certain percentage of what? 75?
come in 75. I drive at 75.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well, it's like
He's probably done that a few times.
I've seen it where it's 10%
and it's clear to
of a
win.
hold up, and we're clear and go. We're going. But for example, we were here one night, beautiful out, ready to go. Sun was setting, beautiful colors out in the distance, and then they push it back because the weather in Bahamas is crap.
Yeah.
And then
Because
they
that's
push
where,
it to
that's
10.
where, that's where the
The ship was. So they pushed it to 10, and by that time the clouds are rolling in, it's about to storm, and you only see the rocket for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't even know what that was like for the drone ship getting out there for tonight. Oh no, this is a land.
No, it's not. No land. It's the 20th flight of this booster, and it's its retirement flight. So it's going directly into the water and never to be seen again.
Wow. Just going to be ocean trash.
Because
Well, that means they can burn longer, right?
yeah, because that's what they're going to need. They're going to need
Because it's 2 satellites for a year.
2 satellites, medium Earth orbit instead of low.
Yeah.
So they're going to need every last bit of.
We got a raid a while ago, a little bit ago. Cooking with Kate. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. That is so awesome. Welcome, raiders. Sorry. And you were turned and everything. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you for the raid. That is so great. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Cooking with Kate.
Hey, thank you so much. What was Kate cooking? Annie, Happy, Therian, thank you guys so much for coming on in. The weekend's been great. I mean, we've been here for a week. We're down in Florida, so we've been here for a week. We saw
8 sunrises.
We saw 8 sunrises. We saw a rocket launch already
Tuesday.
on Tuesday. We did a press event at Kennedy Space Center with new astronauts that came in, and there was all kinds of like stuff. Like they came in on fancy planes, and we got all of it. We listened to interviews. So we got a day out at Kennedy Space Center with the press group, and that was really exciting. That was Thursday. We spent some time at the beach. I built a sandcastle.
Spent time with Mom.
I just spent time with my mom and my brothers.
Went downtown Cocoa Beach.
Oh, we went boating yesterday. We went boating, and that was fun.
Boated and then went out to dinner and then went out to music. That
Yeah.
was a long day.
So we've done a lot while we've been here. It has been a little crazy.
We have not slept in.
So,
No. And tonight, trying to catch another SpaceX.
and welcome, Michael. And the real Bonkman. Interesting, you all are on the Eastern Range. I work out on the Western Range for launches. There you go. So, do you know Eastern Range? Do you want to, Chad? Do you want to tell anybody, fellow geeks here? Oh, here we go. Here,
Catch up head.
catch up head.
No, we're just out here covering the launches here out at the Cape. Chasing down rockets and capsules and anything else you can find that surrounds the space program out here.
Yep. There you go. And Chad's information there, Eastern Range, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of thing is there if you want to take a look at what he's been doing.
With a trip to Starbase end of October and hopefully Huntsville before that.
That's cool. That's going to be great.
Have you been to Huntsville yet?
No.
Okay.
But they're doing a rocket garden out there now. They're redoing a lot of their museum pieces and buildings.
Nice.
And then you can take a tour out there that takes you out to the old Redstone Arsenal. And you see all the Werner von Braun's old stomping grounds and the original launch pads where they test everything. And I
Wow.
think Blue Origin has a engine testing facility out there now too.
I think a lot of the engines are tested there, right? I mean, there's a lot that are tested there.
Yeah.
There,
I think SpaceX is the only one that does it for McGregor.
Yeah.
They're out there doing their testing out in McGregor, Texas.
Yeah.
They still do a lot out there. So
Anyway,
Oh.
Chad's our go-to.
And Wilson's stepbrother said, "Hey, y'all, I live near Huntsville." That's cool. We're based out of Nashville, so you are not that far away. Welcome in, Wilson.
But you guys kind of seen today, like, not only do we cover the launches and recoveries and everything, but we can also go to museums and highlight everybody else that makes the space program fun and find them on cool little
Yeah.
And that's the key
And
thing,
that's-
right? You have to pay tribute to the founders. I mean,
Yeah,
it's so
absolutely.
important. These guys know I get emotional talking about this stuff. Absolutely.
Well, and it's a system. I mean, to bring awareness and to keep funding and to have, I mean, everybody plays a part in the
Like,
system.
I do a lot for Penny for NASA, Space Advocates, and a couple other groups, even one of which did a documentary that got put on every single desk, got put on the desk of every single senator and congressman in the House and Senate.
Wow.
And then so highlighting why the space program needs more funding
Yep.
and the benefits that would come from the spin-off standpoint. I mean, even I wanted to tell you guys, but you guys were out there. I didn't want to bombard you with little factoids.
I'm gonna
But
do this.
even out there at the landing facility, they have the grooves in the pavement.
Yeah.
And that was later implemented in the highway system. So,
Yeah.
Hold up. The cross. Yeah.
So there's little things like that you wouldn't even think of came out right about here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have people all the time. What's NASA done lately? What good has come out? So I would list off all the spin-offs.
Yeah, just pop off and chat when you have a chance, and it's just say, I love the facts. I think everybody likes the facts.
Oh, absolutely.
That's like, don't even think about it, man. Like your phone came out with space program.
Yeah.
But he is a mechanic and does. He did auto mechanics, but then he moved to where it goes in pipes and does mechanics and piping and gas
Yep.
lines. And I was like, a lot of the tools you use came out of the space program.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
kind of putting in perspective for him.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So it's always there's always something that you never really think of.
No, absolutely.
why
Yeah, a
it's so
lot of the
important, like-
stuff, even like the GPS stuff, when we were in the Air Force and that we used to fly and do that stuff, I mean, we were using GPS when it was still, in its infancy, and cameras with GPS and stuff like that.
I still have one of the old GPS systems in my car that
Yeah.
you'd hook into your window.
Yeah.
I still have one sitting in my car.
Yeah.
I haven't turned it on in about 10 years, but I have it.
Yeah.
But then, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, he goes,
You need to have your own museum, Chad.
"Oh God, I have a lot of."
Seriously.
Pretty much what our house is.
Yeah. Oh, you went lying. But it's like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, if our space program goes away, so does our economy, because
Yeah.
we're not going to advance as a superpower anymore, and we're just going to let the world pass us by.
Yeah.
And that's the big, not even militarily, just in the way of our economy.
Listen, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go down a riverfront in Titusville, down near. I forget what the park is called.
I think it's really even
Oh,
labeled
that's
as a
funny.
park.
No.
I think it's just like a public easement.
Yeah, public easement where we watch. It's
Yeah.
not an official park. It's just a pull off.
Bonkman said so many benefits come from the space program, people just don't consider it. Where Wilson wants to know where we're going to set up and watch Jetty Park. No, okay, you were watching chat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
No, we've done Jetty Park several times for the Cape side.
Yeah.
Those are great. It's a great viewing area. We have streaming. We have coverage issues there for streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Nikki, we're always looking for other viewpoints. So when we come out here just on a day where there's an avalanche,
Yeah.
we'll get lost on purpose.
Yeah.
And try to find all right, I'll go into Google Earth the night before and be like, all right, where can we go that points towards
That's
the
kind
planet?
of like, yeah.
So I think tomorrow there's that spot that I told you for Blue Origin.
Yeah.
There's like a little further up the beach. We're going to check out there and see how it looks compared to the other spot.
Yeah.
So
So what do you have planned for tomorrow during the day? You just get to lay back tomorrow?
yeah, be a tourist for once.
Good. Good.
Because every time we come down here, it's always a bang bang regiment. Go to Playland,
I'm
go to the
missing
cake,
so many
go
things.
do all
I need
this.
to turn
So we
on
finally get to relax
alerts
here
just a
and
little bit.
see fun things.
I know Tom doesn't want alerts very much, but we need a little alert because I'm missing things. Thank you, Vicky. Oh my gosh, Vicky, thank you for the subs to the Real Bogman, Sleazy Baby, and Wilson Stepbrother. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you.
She's doing her Vicky thing.
She's doing good.
Thank you, Bonkman, for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome aboard. Thank you, Wilson, for the follow. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Vicky, so very much. Appreciate it. You bring awesome people into the channel. So thank you so much for your support, love.
Even now.
Hey, you remember when I dragged
Yeah,
tell you.
she is a legend.
Like Nikki, next time we go to Starbase, it'll be completely different for me because they're building that corporate headquarters out there. They're building the Star Factory. They're building it's gonna be so minute, but the parking garage for all the employees.
Yeah.
'Cause they park everywhere. There's not like a single parking spot. It's like a free for all.
That's crazy.
So there's parking garage at Starbucks. So that's gonna be like a completely new place for me when I go out there again. Plus, I think they're gonna start on the second tower shortly. So like it's gonna be a whole new adventure again out there.
I know so many people that have been down there for that though. It's a big party,
Wow.
right?
It's the launches, absolutely. Like you can go into Mexico, and they're even closer than the American side because they don't have a boundary. But just even going out there, just in general, like
Oh,
it's like stepping foot on a new planet.
this is a really good question. So, and I'm not the real space knowledgeable one, but you do have a couple here. With all the public money given to NASA, how is it that SpaceX was able to develop reusable rockets so quickly? Any ideas?
So you got to think about it like this: in the days of John Kennedy, for that time, in 1962, he asked for a quarter per person per week from the public. And so you got to see what that factor was on their tax dollar for that time. Now, NASA gets less than a penny or half a penny on the tax dollar.
Wow.
So a very, very small fraction that doesn't even get into the ink of the tax dollar.
Got it.
And to the credit of all the social programs and that the politicians saying funding needs to go here for these social programs, but and everywhere else that money gets diverted to, but NASA was cut down so bad that just to put this in perspective, the bank bailout that we got back in the 2000s, that sum of money was greater at the time than the entire running budget of NASA up until that point.
Yeah.
So you take the sum of NASA from its
The
inception,
entire running
from
budget.
NASA's inception to that time.
Yeah, we also have another person that belongs to our community that has a lot of knowledge on this as well, and I don't think he's watching right now, but
So
Yeah, Loki.
SpaceX, they're a crash, burn, fail, test, reset, and let's keep going.
yeah.
So that's how they're able to do it, is because they're not beholden to the bureaucracy and red tape. They're not beholden to the Senate. They're not beholden to any political
Right. All they
programs.
had to do was just have space.
Yep.
And they can innovate.
Yep. So they launch, crash, burn, fail, learn, and keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that is the power of a commercial program.
Yeah.
That is the power of a commercial program.
And
So thanks
Elon's
for the question,
even said
Therion.
that SpaceX has already broken even.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know that tonight's launch, the EU is paying it's $180 million for this launch,
and this was supposed to go on the Ariane 6 rocket.
and it was supposed to go on the Russian.
Yeah, and it kept falling out.
Tom
So.
does look happy, doesn't he? It's because he is Normie. He's very happy.
But that always blew my mind of the entire running budget of NASA for that 60 years.
Yeah.
Take that entire 50-year time frame and collectively put it together. The bank ballots were greater than that sum of money.
Wow.
And that paid for Apollo.
crazy.
That paid for the shuttle.
So
Some
some of
satellite.
the chat.
It is kind of windy.
Plus, they had the money. Basically, they had billions to fund it. But if you guys remember, he did some pretty crazy stuff to fund the program.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was one launch away from us not even having space.
Yep, he took risk and he couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't get it done, and they got it done. And I think he said he didn't say it this way, but failure is not an option at that point. He leveraged himself so thin.
And it's so funny, like, how it works. So, like, even you think about in auto
So
racing.
thank you, Wilson,
You
for
think
being
of,
here.
of Hendrick Motorsports. Hendrick Motorsports, they were about to close their doors. They had one race, and that was their very last race. They ended up winning that race. Hendrick Motorsports has been around for 40 years after that.
Yeah.
SpaceX was one rocket disaster away
Yeah.
from closing their doors. Now look at it.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Do you guys need anything else? You guys?
We do. So it's just so funny how like things like work out like that, where you're one moment away from closing your doors and locking up shop, and
Absolutely.
it just change. Then something happens and it changes your
In
trajectory.
the commercials, and that was the whole idea, was to award these contracts to. And look at how far ahead SpaceX got from this Starlink launch.
Yeah.
I mean,
You just got to think though. That was right around the time the shuttle shut down.
yeah.
And how many guys they pulled from the shuttle program.
That's what I.
And then you have NASA. So yes, SpaceX isn't government funded, but it is.
Absolutely.
Like the X Prizes and stuff like that. And then you had NASA in SpaceX's ear telling them how to build rocket engines. So NASA has had a hand in the sector of reusable rocket technology. They can't use it for Artemis, sadly, because that's just how it is. Unfortunately, like NASA cannot. Sadly, NASA can't innovate like that.
Yep.
As much as I wish to see Artemis a fully reusable vehicle, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And I see people all the time getting upset that Artemis is a waste of money and is behind schedule, but so is everything in the space program. Nothing's ever going to be like
In the
Apollo.
history of the space, history of the space program, everything's been delayed. Boy, I really wish Loki was here.
And then, saying it's over budget now, like what you have to think of today's time,
Right now,
time and space. Everything's overinflated, and anything you buy, if you want to build a house, it's going to be over budget now because of materials. So I mean, everything in life right now it's going to be over budget if you have a goal to do something.
No, I love the cinnamon.
Yep.
Because Willie came in one time and shot. Yeah, the blue box.
So sadly, that argument.
So good. They're watching you, just going like, yeah, he's just.
Hey, listen, my dentist when I had my braces.
I'm not having these conversations in my day job.
All the other. He goes,
I know.
you know we work for
It's so great though.
cheesecake, raspberry.
Hey, Cappy.
Well, switching gears, with all that Starship stuff I still have in my car, you guys are going to get to see some cool stuff later on.
Oh my God! See, this is gonna be once. So Chad's got some
If we get
surprises,
set up, I can't wait to see
some stuff to show us once we get settled. So, Deep Fried Gamer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome aboard. Yeah, we're excited. We're excited. And this is a treat. Not only are we going to get to see a launch, but we're going to get to see
We're getting rock shrimp.
well, we're getting but we're going to get to see Chad's mobile museum.
That's only a fraction of it. I've been collecting all this stuff since I was 6 years old.
It's so cool.
So, like
So cool.
My grandparents, God bless them, they fought I come from a big family, so there's a lot of grandkids. And they'd always, if one grandkid had a like in something, they would foster that like.
Yeah.
So my cousins were very into sports and baseball and everything, and grandparents went to all their games. I had an interest in space, so my grandfather would bring me home or bring down, shuttle models that he'd sit there and build with me,
Oh wow.
or models of the Gemini capsule.
Yeah.
Or he'd bring down books and space camp binders. I don't know how he found all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like school materials that they would use at space camp, he brought. Somehow he found it and brought them to me. So he
Probably back in the days of like eBay and things like that. When eBay was, that was the only way you could
He would-
really
space
find.
stuff.
yeah.
And
So I've never,
where did he live?
Northwest Ohio.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a place
Yeah.
down
So there's
He
really
must have gone
nothing.
into online forum and just.
Well, he was in.
Those are the days of like online catalogs. Like that was the first
Oh, yeah,
way
I
that
never
we were
did.
able to get
But
stuff
he'd
like
go to
that.
auctions all the time too.
Oh wow.
So they would find
Yeah.
some really unique stuff at auctions.
going to the beach. I rode right before.
That's
But
amazing.
it was out in the middle of cornfield country, so I mean, there was really nothing.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah.
No big resources.
No.
Fried mediums and a dynamite po' boy.
Deep fried cheese curds.
I had to, oh boy.
Make sure I gave this to the right table.
That is the dynamite pool.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. All right. Do you mind if I show pictures of food?
Oh, thank you.
Chat loves.
Look at
Okay.
that.
Oops. Wait. Here we go. Look at this, you guys. What is this?
Dynamite shrimp po' boy.
Oh my God, you guys. There you go.
Incredible.
Cheese grits and broccoli. This is mine. But that, holy crap. That's amazing. Oh, and look at Tom's.
Oh, did you got grits?
Did you want sour cream? No, was the one that threatened to coat me.
Yeah. I have. The only thing I'm missing is what?
We're missing those 2 appetizers. Oh, I'm still taking so long. It's
Okay.
gonna be out here in like 1 or 2.
Okay.
Great.
Do we need anything else?
Cocktail sauce. Thank you.
Look at, what is that?
These,
That's rock
These are
shrimp?
rock shrimp, and those are broiled.
Wow.
And so
Very cool.
those are amazing.
And then Nikki's got the
Medium fried shrimp.
nice. It's beautiful food here, right? What do you think, guys? There you go. And we didn't get the cheese curds yet. They're not quite sure. The appetizers. The appetizers didn't come out yet.
I'm from Georgia, so I love grits.
People are like, look so good. Holy crap. Oh, hello,
And
shrimp.
the best freaking napkins.
Off the tablets.
What is making us hungry? Yep, sorry, guys. I
I don't
know.
know how many eat that.
That's gonna be a challenge. Maybe with just, like,
It's amazing. I think, yeah, you gotta
you
start.
must have to eat some of it off and then you can make it into a sandwich.
I think so.
He does. He's got a magazine. I've got a magazine thing right beside the toilet. He's telling the truth. He really does. Yeah. He's in there for hours.
I'm a sucker for cheese grits, and these are really, really good.
What do you think of that soup?
Keep a napkin for Dixie.
No. That's all I do.
We can do that. We'll grab it.
Linda Lee. That looks good. I said,
So,
would you like a bite?
thanks you guys for hanging with us. We're just, you're along for the
I
ride.
have no choice but to eat my fingers.
There's the window and the window is.
Doing all the things. I feel like I'm missing so much chat, but please know it's not because I don't care.
Because she's hungry.
No, I'm just trying to, I'm just your cruise director. The cruise is happening around us. Like these guys are here, the conversation, all that, you know what I mean?
This one here is fine.
There we go. Gator bites.
Wow.
I wore that
Cheese curds.
Here for it.
Thank you.
Why, Michael?
Brought a stack of napkins here.
You don't need it.
Oh,
Can you know the soda?
I said, I got it. I got it.
So, gator bites and cheese curds, guys.
So, I know that you guys are going to ask.
This is a feast.
So these are real gator bites.
I actually saw a gator out at Play Linda tonight.
Not the pigs. They're
Oh, did you?
Alligator.
Did he know he was dinner?
Who's next?
He got hurt. It could have had Bauer.
Oh,
So, describe gator tongue, since you just ate it. Like, describe it.
very mild taste.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say chicken. I would say very mild taste. Tastes a little bit chewy.
Yep.
Curds.
There you go.
Deep fried goodness.
Advertisement.
Maybe a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
And I will do the
I
same.
mean, that might be the sauce.
Just a hint of sweet. I'll eat one without any sauce.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So we got the
It's
three amigos.
Every day from morning till night, it's all about
So you fly
You can definitely tell it's from the water. So it doesn't have a
Definitely has a seafood,
texture.
almost a shrimp consistency.
Yeah. But it doesn't, not like a weird fish taste. Not at all.
Yeah, no fish taste at all.
Another pension. See, I
Very mild.
And it's the consistency of, you said shrimp or chicken? What would it be the consistency of?
Chewy chicken.
Yeah.
Chewy chicken?
Yeah.
One of the very few.
There you go. Chat, anybody in chat like gator?
that was independent guy.
Yep, sounds good to me.
All right, Hyro, thank you for being here. We need a shout out for our friend Hyro.
That was a DJ.
Yep. And he's going to be starting soon. So, Therion loves it. Gator. A geriatric nap. T said those look like perfect batter on the curds. They are. Not too much. Not too much. I don't like too much. So much going on. This is your vacation. We're just, thank you, T. I know, but you know, I feel bad. I want you guys to remember. I mean,
Thank you.
I do appreciate everybody being here, and I do this because I want to bring you guys stuff, and I want to be engaged as well. And sometimes there's a happy medium, and I don't know if I hit it, but I don't want anybody to ever think that I don't care.
You're awesome, Laura. You are so good at this.
I do care.
It says right now the
They're
wind's below
fun.
acceptable limits.
The what?
The wind is below the acceptable limits.
Below.
Yep. So the only thing I worry about is clouds at this point. And we're going up the coast towards Jacksonville, northeast tonight.
Oh, it's going north?
Yep. Right.
So we'll see the tail end. We'll see the exhaust,
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
right? Maybe?
I'm hoping.
So,
That would be
Chad,
cool
do you
to
want
see
to
that.
explain the jellyfish effect?
So there are two different types of phenomenon. So like I posted on Discord, that's kind of what they call the Falcon Nebula. So that's when the first and second stage separate. And the first stage, the second engine lights up and ignites, and then you also see the first stage kind of start doing its maneuver and orient itself to come back to Earth. So you get that really colorful effect. It almost looks like a nebula as if you would look through a telescope. The jellyfish is right after the sun sets, maybe in a half hour to an hour, and you get that ballooning effect. So after first stage cutoff, the first stage comes off of the rocket, and the second engine starts, and it gets that very long tail, a sweeping tail.
Yep.
That's more the jellyfish effect.
Okay.
And that really, really balloons up. That you see
Yeah.
people in LA freaking out over all the times. They think it's a UFO.
No, actually, we were talking
about that.
Down here, there was a launch.
There was a launch at the sun was rising, and it caught it.
Yep. That's very rare because they have a sunrise launch. Very rare. But
And it was remarkable. There were so many of these like little circles in the sky, and so much of it like left behind and still visible even after the rocket was so
People were
gone.
freaking out.
People were just like, "What is that?"
so it was really cool. And I hope we get a clear enough shot tonight. If we're at the right angle for the nebula, you will see the thrusters on the Falcon 9 first stage pulse and fire.
Okay.
And you'll see it maneuver itself above us. And then it's going to be different. Well, that's if there's a landing. So I don't even know if that will even be considered a thing tonight, because it's not returning, so it's not going to have that need for it.
And it's gonna fire until the end. I mean, it's gonna fire
Yeah.
until the exhaust off fuel, right?
Yeah, until it can't no more. So I don't even know. But we're still going to get a heck of a show when the second stage kicks on. So you're still going to see that. So hopefully we'll get that cool effect.
I don't know. Could be amazing.
Well, night launches are amazing anyway, just because it's a light show. You can see so much more than you can with the sun in your eyes, you know?
See, we brought my cousin-in-law. So my family was here in town in Orlando, so we brought my cousin-in-law to the launch a couple weeks ago, and that was when they had the double-header launch.
Oh, yeah.
So the first launch went up at 5:30, went out to dinner, came back, got set up, and the second launch went up at 8:30.
That's crazy.
So he got the best of both worlds in one day. I'm like, man,
That's
that never
awesome.
happens at
Yeah.
all.
I was going to say, they really don't have 2 in one day very often, do
No.
they?
For a long time, SpaceX tried to do it. The closest,
It's all right.
so they did it for Gemini 7, I believe. There was like a 15-hour between the launch of the Agena and Gemini 7.
You getting rated? You getting rated?
I am. Marley's.
Marley's.
Sorry. Just quiet music. Just quiet music. We're at dinner. Hi, Marley's. Hi. Marley's been hanging out with us. She was here for the sunrise this morning. We're still going. Hi, Marley's.
You are 81 rated your channel with 25 viewers. Thanks for trusting us with your viewers. What were you thinking?
Hi, Marley's. Did you just catch on that was there?
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you, Marley's. What were you up to, love? Thanks, everybody.
Anybody watching, if you're not following Marley's, please give her a follow.
Albie Ravenson.
Did you
Hey.
find your tent today?
Probably concert.
Oh yeah, you said she was looking for a tent.
Marley's was tent shopping.
Did you find something? Tell us about what you were doing. Hello, Brooks. Thanks for following, or thanks for being here. Thanks for the love.
How is that?
Incredible.
So we are getting ready to. How was the raid, everybody? I mean, how was the stream? What else did you guys do? Thank you for the raid. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Israeli Tiger has been followed. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Israeli Tiger. Appreciate that. Marley said no, they're all too big. This one is too big.
But yeah, so they've been trying to do the double launches for like the last year or two, and then they've never had success. And they finally got to do it last year, and then they did it again a few weeks back. So I think the one a few weeks back might have beaten that time. So I think the one we took my cousin-in-law to beat the record for quickest double launches in a day.
Yeah.
So even
Well,
something
it's
simple
crazy
as that.
when
it's
you
always
think
a
about
story.
what they need to do to get ready. I mean, to do it twice in one day, and then coordinate the activities, even on the stations themselves. You know.
They're even getting the drone ships unloaded and reset under 24 hours.
Talk about.
Yeah.
No, they
That's
said
crazy.
no, all too big. Talk about cider.
Nice. Thank you guys for being here. So we're getting ready. We're eating lunch or dinner, I guess, at a place where Tom used to come here when he worked at the Cape. So he's been here before. I have not. This is kind of cool. It's called Dixie Crossroads Restaurant in Titusville, Florida. If anybody wants to kind of look up the menu, really, really amazing food here, I will say.
Mainly seafood.
Yeah. But we just spent time, we went through the American Space Museum and just knocked my socks off, like all of the history and things that are there. Totally underestimated this little building next to the road, doesn't look like anything.
Very inconspicuous.
Yes. And you walk in and, you know, the first room you walk into, everything was so well laid out.
Yeah.
And it's almost like there's a story there, and I can sort of feel it. Like there's a way you walk through it to kind of build, you know, from the early space history to now. And they just had everything was so well documented.
But did you know it? Yeah, sorry.
So well documented. They even had binders of like every single launch of everything, I think.
Oh, yeah.
There's a binder with pictures and all kinds of
And
things.
actually, I found this out
Like a library.
not so long ago. Fred Hazel of Apollo 13 is one of their board members.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So he still has a big hand in that museum.
Yep. That makes sense. You can tell that there's some people with influence that
That put that together. Oh yeah.
yeah. Because they have some really amazing things.
Not things that you would normally see in the museum.
Yep. No.
Yeah, no, that's like stuff from the cave. That's like really good, man.
And Chad here. Hold on. Let me just do. There we go. Okay, there. If that's easier.
Good catch.
Thanks. Glad I haven't drank too much of it. Thank you. Chad here and Nikki are here. We're going to be doing the launch with them. Chad is with Eastern Range, and he is an expert on all things space. He has been doing this for a very long time. So he has shown us around some places. Wait till you see some of the things he gifted us with some amazing artifacts from space missions, which yeah.
Oh no, and the shuttle.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just, you know, and we'll share those things with you. He's also going to show us some things. He's brought some extra little things to show us as
Show and
well
tell?
in his car. Yes. So he's got his little mobile museum. But so if you have any questions about the space program or space launches or what happens or what have you, we have experts here.
Or anything down here at all.
Yeah. Honestly, he's been around and just been doing this work for a long time.
I would say he's ate up with this area. He's ate up.
Well, and so please do, I know that we probably posted his information there, so go check out his stuff. Yeah, there you go. The Eastern Range. He just has amazing Instagram, lots of information. Go check it out. So, and we're gonna have a great time watching a launch tonight with them.
Yeah.
If you get past the weather reports for the launches, like there's some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that a lot recently. That's been nothing but weather reports.
Well, but he's also a resource for other people around here who are trying to get into launches and want to know things. He is a resource for other people who are, staking up
He's done
launches.
the work to get those to learn those sites, to know where to get the resources, because
Agent Wild, hi Chad from Space Camp City, Alabama.
Hey.
Nice. Thanks for being here, Agent.
One of my big heroes is still still lives in Huntsville.
Nice.
And he's probably one of the nicest
Our
guys
son
that
used to
I've
live
ever
in
talked to. Mr. Homer Hickam from the Rocket Boys.
Oh, really?
He's one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to and had the chance of getting a chance to speak to, and got to make the pilgrimage to Cold, West Virginia. And
Yeah.
huge fan of October Sky and read the Rocket Boys book probably 10 times already.
Wow, that's so cool.
So I even got lost in West Virginia because when you get between Bristol, Tennessee, and into Virginia and into West Virginia, you lose signal there for a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So in reading the books a time or two before going to Coalwood, I was able to find my way without having to use a GPS.
Oh, nice.
Because the cell phone signal was out.
Yeah.
So I was like, as long as I can get to this part of the county seat of Welch, I'll be good on cell service, and I can reprogram how to get back. And
It's amazing when you have to figure out how to do it without.
and I was able to find it just based off of his books and his descriptions, and got to go out to Cape Coalwood, their launch complex, and
wow.
I brought back a piece of Coalwood coal from the mine.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's probably one of the cool things that I've got in my collection at the house.
There was a topic today. We brought up Chad's name because I think you asked it. The GPS reminded me.
Yeah.
How, so when we navigate around, you know what I mean, here, we have lat and long and we know where we are and blah, blah, blah. How, and this becomes, more important as we, navigate more of space, especially where we don't know. How are we finding out exactly where we are in space when the orientation, like other things are moving, nothing is just staying in the same place when, you know what I mean? Everything is relative here because it's staying in one place.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those satellites, like the GPS satellites, are locked in orbit. So it follows the speed of the Earth, and it's matched the speed of a single point location. So, did you go playing? So a lot of those are locked in a fixed point. So it's easier for our satellites to do point-to-point talking to each other. Because of such, because they're in line of sight. So if you ever seen Independence Day, we talked about this before. Independence Day, when he's trying to figure out the aliens blocking the signal, he's like, well, you have one point here, a satellite, you have another satellite here, and then one on the other side of the Earth. So the signal has to bounce from one to the other. I said, but like the UFOs are blocking that point signal, so that's how come we can't talk. So it's kind of like that. It's just
So it's triangulation.
Yeah,
If you
in a way.
know, if you know
Like
where
a web
something
that's
is,
been made.
then you can. So we're kind
lot
of
like Star
creating
Wars.
a web with other things.
Yeah.
When you do the autonomous landings on the ISS, are they? There must be a device on the ISS which
The beacon,
which is what
pretty
they,
much.
the beacon is what they track.
Yeah. And that's kind of the same way that they're going to do Mars. Is they're going to put the Starlink web around Mars, and kind of do the same kind of fashion. Have the gateway very similar to how NASA's going to do it with the Moon Gateway space station. NASA's going to have one up for Mars.
It's going to be
In
crazy.
that same kind of breath. So we'll have the same technologies as we do here, stationed up at Mars.
Oh yes, thank you. So basically, we're creating the static points.
Pretty much, yeah.
As long as our point's known, Everything else could be.
Right.
Wow.
So there you go.
And there's enough satellites out there now. They have signatures that they can triangulate too.
Well, so like when we send stuff out, you know, like into deep space, like Hubble and that kind of thing, I mean, they're actually also creating a map of where things are in relation to the things, but then they've also got to calculate how things are moving because of gravitational forces of other planets and things like that. I mean, it's just, when you start to try to wrap your head around it,
It's insane.
it gets a little, you start to realize how big,
Space is?
yeah, and how we're trying to master it with our little ways. And I'm like, no.
It was really funny. I had a group of teachers talking to me one time, and it's right when Elon bought Twitter. And they're like, "Oh, what do you think his goal is with this?" And I was like, "If I'm being real with you, it's not what you think it is. Yes, he's into free speech and free internet and all that sort of thing. But that's only half of it. You see what he's doing with X now in the video calls, and he's integrated chat rooms now.
Yes.
He bought Twitter because it's a platform that's already established.
They're not what you would expect. They're more nugget.
He's going to use Twitter as a point-to-point satellite-less way to talk between the Earth and Mars. So that way you can go into an X space and you can talk to maybe other members of your mission, maybe Houston to Mars, without that really lag of a delay, because you're just uploading it to the internet. The internet's already there,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it's going to be a communications network between the Earth and Mars. Eventually.
Still working.
No, I do really feel like he's a systems thinker and isn't just getting up there. That he has, and which is one of the reasons why he's been so successful in a lot of ways. You know, just looking at transportation generally, but also how do you fund stuff? You know, marketing and communications and, you know, awareness and things. I mean, yeah. You know, when you look at his approach to stuff, it's not an accident that he's as successful as he is. So the fact that he prioritizes communication, and yes, that is going to be one of the major challenges when we think about, well, it currently already is, just because our technology doesn't do it very fast, in a very robust way. So there's going to need to be innovations to support improved communication, more reliable communication.
These curves were not, they were 7 out of 10.
And, you know,
The curves weren't quite there. They weren't done enough. They weren't melted enough.
in the current state of communications, you got to rely on point-to-point communication with satellites. With Starlink, you don't have to worry about that going through Twitter and the internet. It's already, you're going to have it already uploaded.
Yeah.
It's going to be a seamless communication point.
It is. It's fascinating. I mean, I'm just sitting here watching, and of course, I think it's with anybody, especially like my age. You know what I mean? That's like, what are we gonna miss? I'm not gonna live to see some of the coolest things. You know?
I ponder that myself.
And it makes me sad.
All right.
All right, 6:18. I hear you guys.
That's silly.
No, I'm gonna like this is a lot of bread. Like this shrimp, if they would have made it like yours,
Just a plate with it.
That's why I didn't get the bread, because I knew it'd be too much.
You probably could ask for it. Just get shrimp and then ask him to toss it in the dynamite sauce.
Yeah. And that was incredible.
Oh, you mean with that bread?
Right.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah,
Just say, I want that, but I don't want it.
Yeah. Do a plate like
Just
we had.
too much.
Thank you for the follow,
Grab
Brooks.
one more of these, but
And the grits are phenomenal too.
The fried shrimp I had, that was
The grits, yeah, the grits were great. And they were actually really, really good with the... I just had broccoli and cheese grits. Really good broccoli, amazing cheese grits.
Those are really good grits.
I need to be away from that tree to use Starlight because it's probably point north.
Yeah.
So I need to try to be away from that tree.
No, so what I'll do is, if we want, if there's nobody there, we can just pull in, like, front to back.
Yeah.
And then we'll have that whole front area.
Yeah.
And that way we can set up whatever we need. Have it up like an open land.
Did you bring the check?
Huh? He hasn't. I'm going to ask him for it. He walked away before I could wave him.
So then we choose a restroom.
We'll use the restroom here, then you have to walk as far.
Oh. I can't show it on there because I get in trouble, but
How's everybody doing in chat?
that moon helmet.
Oh, wow. That is so awesome.
What is that?
It's a moon helmet. Like, literally the moon.
Oh.
Game used.
Alright, that's really cool.
That's really awesome.
I got a space shuttle one too.
Are they going to wear them?
Those were worn a couple of years ago.
Okay.
You really do need. I don't know how big your house is, but you might just want to start looking now for something bigger.
No, luckily our house is a pretty good size, but
Yeah, but when you start doing guided tours through your museum.
y'all remember Copper, my dog?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys, dude. Okay, I don't know if some of you will remember. Do you remember the pup? Oh, we can sort of see him. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, dude, I'm saying. I know, right? Isn't that a code word for writing them? Hi, Rob. Hi, Janet. How's it going? Hi, Jean. All right, guys. We're almost ready to go.
Yeah, he took it. He got it.
Okay. So we're going to go to the site.
They did shrimp and grits with these cheese curds. They did shrimp and grits with these cheese
Oh, yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
And that's how you gauge a good restaurant.
I wonder where they get their seafood because it looks really fresh.
The rock shrimp is not. I mean, it is like, I don't know why it became a thing here. I don't think it's a thing everywhere.
Where?
Because it's not. If you saw it,
It's tiny.
It's hard to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to eat.
Where do rock shrimp grow?
Out in this brackish water.
Like river?
Yeah.
They're like a river.
I think they're river. Yeah, I think they're like a bottom feeder, like a catfish.
Great.
I think the group of shrimp that got kicked out of the crew,
It's still really windy out there. How's the weather looking, Chad?
We'll see.
6:30.
Yeah, we're still on target. I mean, we haven't.
2 hours.
I just got a notification. Let's see what it is. Still
It's not canceled, right?
a go. They're going for it.
They're thinking it's going to clear. They got to get this one off the bat.
It's been delayed enough.
These poor guys.
So, another question.
For
So,
Europeans.
as they get better, you know what I mean? Weather has always been such a challenge, right? And so much expense goes into putting things together and being on a timeline. And, all these factors have to align to get said rocket with its payload to a specific place, given all the factors. Are the factors just so... Like, are we ever going to get better about overcoming weather?
So,
Or like wind, like I don't even know what goes into a window.
So the wind
you know.
factor came into play in the days of Mercury. Grissom had a thought, when they were still blowing stuff up on the pad, of what if the wind is blowing hard and we have to eject and the capsule gets blown into land? They didn't have any, like, even now, in a way, a sort of control. with parachutes. So they're like, yeah, you're right. If we overshoot the wind tolerance, it's going to blow the parachute back to land. So that's where the wind tolerances came in. Especially now with the landing of the booster.
Right.
That's going to be
That's a whole nother factor, yeah.
From the capsules to the boosters.
Right.
Cloud layers after Apollo 12, after it got struck by lightning, they really started tightening down on like the clouds and lightning and rain. So, I mean, if I can see that shifting before the wind.
Right.
Because if there's no static electricity in the air, they're going to have static electricity monitors everywhere.
Right, right.
So I would see that shifting before the wind parameters.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even now in Vandenberg's built next to a mountain. So it's the mountain, the launch site, and then the ocean. And
so many ways wind.
When you get above that, so like they do fogged out launches there all the time, cloud cover. But as soon as they get over that mountaintop, it's clear. So that I could see that shifting.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. Right, right.
At some point, I can probably see that here is them just saying if there's no static electricity, we're good to go.
Right. Yep. No, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
You guys ready?
Yep. Try.
All right. Okay, sticking all of you in the pockets.
For a streamer.
Yes. Cheers, Jack. Dixie just came in and saw we were at the crossroads. Her crossroads. We're gonna do the restroom, guys. We'll meet you out there. I don't know where the
came in.
Okay.
So I'll meet by the back door. It's right there. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you. Yes, it was awesome. Hey, we got here just in time. So, oh, there used to be, it must be the other side where the koi are.
Oh yeah, something. Yeah, little fish.
Oh yeah, I see a little one. Yeah, E10. I mean, when we got here, we got to see it right away, and now look at it. We got here just in time.
Insane.
Exactly. You guys think it was good? Would you coming in?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Okay. I would not do the rock shrimp again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No.
was excited for it.
I was. I don't remember it that way.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
I remember eating it out of a bucket, so it must have been steamed.
Was that one of the other options?
Yeah.
Maybe, are you going to try it that way next time? Then?
Probably not. I'll just go with shrimp. It's just that you can't go wrong. I like fried shrimp.
That fried shrimp I had.
I love fried shrimp. The baked potato, that's. I went safe.
Yeah. I didn't know they had shrimp and grits in the taste of it.
Yeah. I didn't see shrimp and grits, but I mean,
Well, or at least your meat.
Oh no, I'd order the po' boy again and order grits and then mix the grits and the shrimp together.
Yeah.
I did that.
How was that sauce? Was it spicy, tangy,
No,
or?
it was good. Very tasteful in a good way.
And they call it what, bang bang?
Dynamite.
Have you ever had Yum Yum sauce?
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's like that? Okay. There she is. There's that pro streamer. Hey, pro. Hey, NASA. There you go.
Okay.
All right. All right.
All right. Okay. We ready? All right, let's go do it. This is like this, it feels like the space version of storm chasing.
Right? I feel like we've known you guys for like years.
I know, it
That's the
does.
great thing. Absolutely.
Nikki, were you like, we're gonna actually meet those weird fuckers?
I know, who are these people?
No,
Like-
no, I think the night I met Chad, I think he actually told me about meeting you.
Aw.
That's real.
That's cool. Yeah, I put two and two together in chat when I saw your name, and I was like, I
Yeah, he did. That was funny. I was like, don't ask people those things.
We were laughing so hard
I
about
was
that.
like, dude, that's rude.
Chad had sent me the link to your Twitch, and I didn't have Twitch, so I was scrambling super fast to sign up and make an account and everything
Yeah.
so that I could comment and be in the chat.
Oh, that's cool.
No, so there you go. They are the cutest little couple. Chad and Nikki. There you go. So now when you see Toledo Storm and Nikki to the stars. To the stars.
Yep, Nikki to the
So
stars.
now you'll know.
Great name.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
All right. So we're going to see him out there. We're going to get parked and then we're going to be hanging out and chatting for a while. All right.
Yeah, guys.
So let's go. Let's go, chat. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and restart the stream again. So we've got a fresh VOD because we've got dinner and that is great and all. But I need, because of the music, I don't know. So I don't want, I need to restart the VOD to make sure that we capture everything, especially with Chad and Nikki from here on, because there's some other cool stuff that they're going to share with us, so. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and stop and start the stream again. Thank you guys for hanging with me. And I'll get this done.
Way too much food.
Huh?
Way too much food.
You should have gone with the cheese grits and broccoli. It's very
Well,
good.
You know, the rock shrimp came with a baked potato, and then I only had like 3 cheese curds, 4 cheese
Let
curds.
me restart the stream. I'll be right back. As Tom ponders all the food he should not have eaten. Back in a minute. Hold on to your part.